Hey kid, I am so extra excited to be reading the story for you finally, because I've been just waiting for the right moment to read it to you.
Well, what's so big about this particular book?
I mean, don't you love all books?
Or is it because you love Shakespeare?
Well, it's because I like big words and I cannot lie.
You other readers can't deny.
When a giant word with multiple syllables comes up on the page, I feel like a sage.
Oh, she really had a moment right there.
Yes, well, I suppose I could see the spotlight for just a moment. Well, go on with you then, with your flibbertigibbety words.
That's such a funny word. Is it really real?
Oh, yes, absolutely real. Yes. Flibbertigibbety is just one of 1,000 words that Shakespeare invented. Yeah, he literally just made up words as he went along. Now, it's true that I have been known to occasionally, when I'm reading books, make up a word here and there. You probably know it because if you happen to be anywhere near an English teacher, she's probably like, no, that's not a real word. And she freaks out, but it's kind of fun to make up words. And Shakespeare did it to great success. Words, entire phrases that hundreds of years later, we still use. So you're ready to get into some fabulous flibbertigibbety words? Young Shakespeare chases inspiration. Where did he find all this inspiration for these words? We shall see. Also, sometimes I like to look behind the cover, and this one has a surprise. Oh, it's different artwork. Look at that. Look at that. You should always check under the cover. You never know what you're gonna find. Oh, and already there's a whole jumble of words, and the book is asking us an important question. Can young William Shakespeare capture the right words when inspiration strikes? Oh, the right word at the right moment, priceless. And if it doesn't exist, you make it up. So let's see, because we are going to Fair England, where we're going to meet a collector of words named William Shakespeare. And we're going to see how his day of adventure will introduce new faces and inspire new words for William to write, if he can catch them. Words can be a little slippery. This, above all, to thine own self be true. Oh, one of my favorite Shakespearean quotes ever. One morning, William opened his window and the words flew in. Bark, 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 and maybe some chicken feathers, and there's a carriage, and there's this fella walking, and his rumpus looks really fluffy in those pants, and here's a fella selling paper, pens, and pretty ribbons. The words dangled over William's head, looking luscious and sweet. I'd like to catch those words, he thought. My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go. These are all actual phrases. William tried to scoop them up, but they were flibbertigibbety words that dipped and flipped and slipped through his fingers, glided downstairs and leapt out the door. Boldness, be my friend. That is an excellent quote that you can use when you need courage to walk into a room somewhere, like maybe it's your first day of school, or maybe you have to go to the principal's office. The point is, if you need a little bit of courage, you say, boldness, be my friend. And you're telling courage to come along with you. That's a good inspirational thought right before you go in the room to see the principal. Vaulting over the wall, woo, the wayward words played hide and seek in his neighbor's garden. See how the words embrace my lady's roses and climb her balcony, said the young gardener. I will turn them into poems of love. These green-eyed words are jealous, said William. They are not made for courtship. Green-eyed words. You know, when you talk about green-eyed monster, that's somebody who's jealous. Green-eyed words, green-eyed monster. He invented that. That phrase did not exist until young Wills made it up. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. That is from Romeo and Juliet. What's in a name? It doesn't matter what you call the rose, it smells just as sweet, right? That's what he's saying. So the name doesn't matter. It didn't matter in that case, or he wanted it not to matter because they were like mortal enemies, those families. So because she had the mortal enemy's name, it was like the Perez's versus the Garcias, and they hated each other. So And what happened when a Perez fell in love with a Garcia, but he's like, it doesn't matter that she's a Garcia. She smells just as sweet as a rose. Doesn't matter what her name is. But the family was like, But I digress. Back to the book. The words caught a gust of a summer breeze. There it blows, and drifted onto the street. They turned handsprings and over the cobblestones and darted between the push carts. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Oh, beautiful words. The king's 3 rose-cheeked daughters laughed as the words spun around their carriage wheel. I could use those strong words in my proclamations, said the old king. These words are zany and madcap, said William. They are too frivolous for proclamations. They came through my window, vaulted over a wall, and hitched a ride on the wheels of your carriage. And now they are off to the river, the king cried. Let's see, what do the words say here? Let's see. 'Tis true, the wheel is come full circle. I am here. Oh, when you hear something that's come full circle, the wheel has come full circle and I'm here. That's where it comes from. I'm telling you, kid, I learned with these books just like you. The words skated along the slippery banks and into the water. I will use these adventurous words in my songs to lift the sails, said the sailor. They are useless words and not made for work, said William. They came through my window, vaulted over a wall, took a turn on the old king's carriage, and now a storm might blow them out to sea. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it. And fish. Oh, and look at that. He's got a little gray rat next to him having a picnic, and his words are sinking away. A pair of fashionable twins stood nearby. Try calling the words and make them come to you. Okay. Please, good words, cried William. Be well behaved and come back. But the words, those words just skipped across the water. Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. Oh, better, I see. You're gonna love Shakespeare when you get older. You're gonna love it. I mean, maybe you're already starting to. William chased him across the bridge, past a farmhouse, there it is, through a graveyard, and into the majestic woods of Avon. The words danced onto the gnarled trunk of a greenwood tree and were captured in a robin's song, and turned his merry note unto the sweet bird's throat. Come hither, come hither, come hither. And for my Shakespeareans out there, let's see. Ophelia is in this cemetery, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, and alas, poor Yorick. Out, out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow. This book is amazing for Shakespeareanites. I think I just made up that word. William found the words simmering in a boiling pot, stirred by 3 old women. These words bubble, bubble, and are too much trouble, said the women. Ooh, can I taste before I go? Said William. They blew through my window, vaulted over a wall, took a turn on the old king's carriage, floated through the sailor's net, scrambled up a greenwood tree, and were captured in a robin's song, and then, boonk, they dropped in your savory stew. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog. I'm getting the funny feeling that William should not be tasting this. This looks remarkably like bat stew. These cold-hearted words are not for a little schoolboy, said the women. They tell of gloomy castles and sad secrets. They belong in a tale of ours. The women gave their brew another good stir and vanished into thin air, taking the words with them. Something wicked this way comes. Ooh. William looked around the forest, lonely and lost for words. As William returned home, disheartened, he met the town peddler. Remember him? From page 1, selling the paper and the pencils and the pretty ribbons. You look like a boy who could use a few kind words, the peddler said. I had words. They blew in my window this morning and led me on a wild goose chase. They vaulted over a wall, took a turn on the old king's carriage, floated through the sailor's net, scrambled up a greenwood tree, were captured in a robin's song, and simmered into a witch's brew. Then, poof, they vanished. What's done is done. The words are gone. Wild goose chase, also invented by Shakespeare. I know, right? 500 years ago, this dude invented these words, and we are still using these words and phrases. Oh, words will come again to a boy like you, said the peddler. Next time, capture the words with this. And the generous peddler handed William a paper and pen. And what a beautiful pen it is. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk? To be or not to be, that is the question. That night, William opened his bedroom window and the words just flew in. The inspiration kept coming. They were filled with memories of the eventful day and a hint of a story. They tumbled onto William's desk, telling of leaky ships and far-off lands, kings and witches, roses and love letters. Okay, I'm gonna try. This is a crazy page, as crazy as the thoughts in his brain. 'Tis true, parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it, come hither. My words fly up, my thoughts remain below, and words without thoughts never to heaven go. Something wicked this way comes. Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. What's in a name, without which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet? Fair is foul, and foul is fair. This, above all, to thine own self be true. It's one of my favorite sayings of all, because he's saying, above all else, you must be true to yourself. Doesn't matter that it was said 500 years ago. It is as true then as it is now. You have to find out who you are and then be that. Don't imitate anyone else. What's the point of that? You're going to be the very best at being uniquely you. But this time, William did not chase the words or try to scoop them up. Instead, he thought and imagined and finally whispered. Please, good words, stay with me. Good night. Not wicked, have such true from all heaven. Words, and turn his merry note. Then he used the tip of his fine new pen to separate the humble jumble of words into lines and phrases, coaxing them onto the page to stay forever. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts.
And bears, also one bear can play many parts, like Chocolate Titan, and future president, Shakespearean actor.
So many things.
Yeah, the sky's the limit.
Very good. It's very inspired. Oh, and a few more quotes. Hold on, don't go yet. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. And here we have ideas of some of the many words he invented, like wild goose chase is a phrase, flibbertigibbety, madcap, vanished into poof, thin air. He wrote that. Let's see, cold-hearted. Ooh, we know what that means. Also, green-eyed monster. Ooh, we know what that means. Lonely, eventful, well-behaved, humble, jumble, leaky, vaulting, farmhouse, rose-cheeked. What's done is done. So many. And look, all these phrases that you saw in the book, they were all from different shows. like Hamlet, Cymbeline, Romeo and Juliet, King Lear, The Tempest, Twelfth Night, As You Like It, and on and on. The words, wherefore art thou such flibbertigibbety words? So this is just to show you that you can make up words, you can capture the words, you can put them in any order you like, and you too can chase inspiration and write something that lasts for a lifetime.
And then I can be in the play.
And then Green Bear can be in the play. And then I can play a part in the made-for-TV film version of it and the great blockbuster movie. Of course, I can see it now. Oh, hurry up, go write it.
Yeah, go write it.
Like right now? Yes, we're waiting.
Go on now. Aren't you inspired?
You have enough words now, don't you? Flibberty-gibbety and all that.
Yeah, don't be green-eyed or cold-hearted. Be rosy-cheeked and go pick up that pencil and go, go, go.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, okay, you're gonna go. Use your inspiration. And parting is such sweet sorrow. So I'll just see you tomorrow. See you next time, right here on KidTime StoryTime and blah.com, where we live. And if you love Shakespeare as much as we do, I'll put some more Shakespeare stories down below in the descriptions for you to go off and enjoy.